Our episode starts in a very gothic location. A woman and a guy dressed out of something from an Anne Rice book flirt with each other. As they get into bed, she tells him that she knows what he is and that she wants to be one as well. Just then, two other women come floating out of the back room. When the woman starts to panic, he tells her that he knows her desires more than she knows herself. They all fang out, and he proceeds to hit her with a statue.
Ricolaki!
Fool. At the crime scene, when the detectives get there, Captain Lipschitz shows Tom and Cassie that the body is now hanging on a ledge. They deduce that she didn't die up there, but was probably taken there after she was killed, leading to the question of who would have the strength to throw a dead body that high. Also, they find puncture marks on her neck. Back at the station, Tom and Cassie joke about vampires being on the loose, but agree to leave that part from the press for now. As they go through the victim's bag, they find a receipt for a nightclub. At the nightclub, they ask the bartender some questions, who then points them to two women on the dance floor, who are the same vampires who appeared during the girl's murder. The main one introduces herself as Lilith, and the other one, who didn't have fangs, is Tara. Lilith says she doesn't know the victim when presented with a photo of her, but points them in the direction of a European antiquities professor at the local university, who they refer to as the Prince of Darkness, and says was talking to her that night. At the station, the coroner's report comes back on the victim. They find that she was both roofied and had a drug in her system that prevented her blood from coagulating. They're also told she had several pints missing. Tom and Cassie head to the university to meet the professor, whose name is Constantine. He claims that the girl lied about her name and that he took her home and left, and uses Lilith as an alibi. Cassie tries to connect vampirism to the situation, but Constantine shuts her down by saying there is no such thing as vampires. We then see Constantine head back to the club and drug a woman's drink while seducing her. Much like the first victim, as they're getting hot and heavy in the bed, Lilith and Tara show up. You then hear the girl scream and you see Constantine go into a coffin. When the detectives get the case this time, they find that the girl's back was broken and there were prints left of Tara's. When they head to her place of employment, which is not so coincidentally a pharmacy, her boss informs them that she's been missing for days along with some drugs, the same drugs used in the murder. Tom decides to stake out the place that night and catches Tara trying to go in. As he arrests her, you see Lilith watching in the shadows. As they interrogate her, she says she can't say anything because she'll be killed. But as she says he was the person who she's afraid of, Tom deduces that she's talking about Constantine. She tells him he's a vampire and he's stronger than all of them, and that she'll die at sunrise because she's like him. The cops head to Constantine's place and find his coffin, which is empty with the exception of soil. Meanwhile, they find out Lilith made bail for Tara and no one knows where they are. We then see a very panic-stricken Tara trying to hide from Constantine. He accuses her of ratting him out to the police and forcing him into going into hiding. She accuses Lilith of doing it, which he doesn't believe. He then breaks through the door and grabs her. At Tom's place, he and Cassie get a call that they have Constantine held up at an old cathedral and they have confiscated his coffin. The two head in and Constantine jumps at them. They both take turns shooting him, but he does not go down. Eventually, Lilith shows up with a crossbow saying that she's grown tired of him. Tom shoots him in the throat, finally taking him down for good. They then see that his fangs are fake and he was wearing a bulletproof vest. They take Lilith in, who then tries to tell them that she saved them so she shouldn't be arrested. Her demeanor changes when she sees that she has a cellmate. We then find out why when the detectives bring Captain Lipschitz back to her cell and find that she's long gone and all that's left in the cell is her cellmate unconscious with bite marks on her throat. The last thing we see is Lilith walking back into the nightclub with one last flash of her fangs before she goes in. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to know every time I update. If you want to help my channel grow, please check out my Patreon where you can get access to content early as well as see the content that can't be uploaded here on YouTube. Link will be in the description. Until next time.